Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to another vlog with Snap with Chance. This is your boy Neo once again. Welcome to yet another episode of Chicano's Customs with Chip Moosa. I'm almost at Chicano's Customs right now. Today's gonna be about the cars. I don't know which car we're gonna feature first, but yeah, let's get there right now, talk to Chip and see which car we are gonna feature today. But yeah, before I continue with that, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let's head there right now, guys. See you guys in a few. Peace.
A few moments later.
Okay guys, I just made it over to Chicano's Customs. Today is actually the grand opening of Chicano's Customs car wash. But yeah, I'm just gonna put it in right now, give you guys a few shots, and then yeah, continue with the day as planned. So yeah. And yeah, just like that, the car has been washed. Hope you guys like how it looks now that it's clean. But yeah, I was talking to Chip right now, but we were deciding on which car to put on the feature first. But yeah, after the first upload that we had of Chip, some of you guys wanted us to do a feature on VATO. So VATO is going to be the first car that we're going to talk about. So yeah, let's head straight into it and talk to Chip about VATO. Hi Mr. Chip.
How's it?
I'm good, how are you?
Lekker, welcome back.
It's good to be back. It's
Nice.
good to be back. So today we came to feature the famous VATO.
Welcome guys. It's awesome having you guys around. The feedback that we're getting is quite nice and it's positive. And Neo's doing a great job with the vlogging. I love it.
Thank you, Chip.
It's honestly my favorite vlogger. So well done on that, bruh.
Thank you, Chip. Thank
Cool.
you.
So yeah guys, so today a lot of people have been asking me details about VATO.
Yeah.
And today is going to be that day where I actually give you guys a bit of description on VATO.
Right.
So let's start off with the name.
With the name, yeah.
If you know Chip well, Chip names all of his cars because it's a reflection of Chip's schizophrenic personalities. So VATO is one of them. I'm a big Blood In, Blood Out fan. So the name VATO is basically from Mexican descent. If you watch the movie Blood In, Blood Out, you'll know they call like how we call our guys Awe Auti, Awe Bra.
Yeah.
It's Orale VATO. So
Orale.
that's basically Mexican slang, Chicano slang.
Yeah.
And the whole inspiration came from the movie. I love what the movie was about. I love the fact that the movie is about the brotherhood. It has to do a lot of the way I grew up in the hood. And when I say in the hood, I grew up in Lodium. It's not a very rough place, but the community is very tight.
Yeah.
So that's obviously what I love about it.
Nice.
So yeah, let me give you guys a tour on VATO.
Yeah.
So first of all, I'm going to start with the front of VATO.
Front of VATO.
Yeah, so what makes VATO stand out a lot is the headlights. So the headlights is basically from the 280 SE, which is the fuel injected model, and the American spec headlights. It's a double stack headlights. Personally, on the W108, this is my favorite feature, the double headlight. I like the fact that the chrome on the side blends in with the chrome on the bumper, the chrome on the grille as well. And any 108, in order for it to be looking period correct, you have to have the fog lights. The round fog lights is a must. And then to take it even a step further, you have to have the AA badge. Now you'll notice a lot of old school cars, Beetles, Golfs, etc. love having the AA badge. The AA badge is from back in the day. So it's a nice feature, it's a nice period correct touch to have on the car. Yeah, I've owned the car now for just a year and a half. And I'll tell you guys how I ended up buying this car. We actually bought it as stock to resell. And we bought a few cars. We actually filled the truck up 6 cars, and when the 6 cars came, all the cars looked beautiful, but VATO looked the nicest. And immediately when I jumped in the car, it looked hell of a while. I didn't even see the car personally. I sent someone to go and view it, a good friend of mine's in Cape Town, and I spoke to the owner, and the owner told me the whole history about the car. He got married in the car, not physically in the car, but this was his wedding car. And the way he described the car and what the car meant to him, and also the way he maintained the car, it was the right car for me to buy, because I'm very pedantic on the type of cars I buy. And when the car came, the way the owner described it and the way it was exactly how it is, and I fell in love with the car. And I jumped in the car, it was sitting in front. When I jumped in and moved the car down, by the time I got off the truck, I fell in love with the car already. So in order for me to buy this car, I had to sell my Audi 100 to my good friend. In fact, my brother Zidi, you guys will meet him soon. And I decided to keep the car, and the car was done very nice. The maintenance on the car, the paint work, everything was done nice on the car, and there was minimal work for us to do, and the only thing I've been doing is just maintaining it. I did change the wheels, and I changed a bit of things on the air ride suspension, but the wheels we put on, you guys can have a look here, is 19-inch wheels. 19-inch? Yeah, so this is a Maybach wheel. So it's a cool wheel.
Big wheel.
Yeah, I've always wanted to use this wheel on a car. I never had a car to put it on. This wheel actually looks nice on a lot of cars, but personally I think it suits the W108 better, because it's a full face wheel. We got the stretch tires, it's got the high polished look, it blends in with the bumpers, the headlights, the beadings. So yeah, I was gonna sell the wheel, but after deciding not to, I was on the fence on whether to sell or not to sell, but I don't think I'm gonna sell, because if I put another wheel, I don't think VATO will have the same effect. I don't know if you guys agree or disagree, but I think this is the wheel for VATO.
It fits so nice.
Yeah, it fits perfectly. And again, the nice thing about these cars is, back in the day, if you were Gamla and you drive this car, this one's the S-Class. So this is a 1969 manual column shift. 69 model. And I mean, look at the condition. 69 model manual column shift 280S. So it's got the dual carburetor system. The dual carburetor system can be very problematic if you don't look after the car, and they are quite costly to maintain. My overall plan for this car is, if the dual carburetor system gives an issue, then we're going to put a V8 in VATO, but we're going to do a Mercedes Benz W108, probably from the 450 SLC or something, just to keep it period correct, so the car can retain some sort of value,
So the paint is actually factory?
No.
You guys haven't painted it?
No, we haven't painted it.
So this is from the dealer?
No, it actually did have a respray in its life. It had a blowover, but the car wasn't bad to start off with. So normally you give the car a blowover when the paint is aged, because back in the day there was 2K paint, and you can only polish 2K paint so much, and every time you flat and polish, you go through the paint. So it's always advisable to give the car a blowover. So to give you guys a bit of a understanding of what a blowover is versus a respray, a blowover is where you don't strip majority of the car. You basically strip the beadings, the mirrors, the handles, and obviously you mask up the glass.
Glass as well.
You do a light repair on the bodywork, especially if the body is straight. You fix up whatever dents, and then you put some primer and you paint it. So that's the definition of a blowover. A respray is where you completely strip the car down to the shell. You take out the interior, the motor, everything, and then it's more extensive. But that normally happens if you're doing a color change, or if you are maybe repairing rust or something. So she did have a blowover in her life. Very nice job, very well done. Yeah, she does have some dents here and there, but personally I don't think I want to repaint this car because the dents, I call it battle scars.
Battle scars.
Yeah, it's a 69 model, so it has some sort of age on it that makes it authentic, which I really think is cool. Yeah, 100%. So come inside to the interior cabin where the magic happens. So in any old school Benz, it is standard that you must have a white steering wheel. This is the original steering wheel that the owner repainted in white, but you get an ivory steering wheel. It's a off-white color. That is the steering wheel to have. It looks the same like this, it's just the color is different. Very rare, very scarce. So if one of you guys know of someone selling a steering wheel, please hit me up because I really want that steering wheel. But for now, I'm happy with it. There is one thing I do want to change. I want to recover this in white leather. So the next time you see VATO, you'll see this is going to be in white leather. The interior itself is the door panels, the wooden trim, the dashboard is all original. The only thing that's been changed is the roof liner and the seats. So the gentleman, the previous owner, did the leather work. It's quite a nice job that was done. It still feels soft, nice. Personally, I love the color. I don't think I'll change it. And I'm happy with the way the car is. The only thing that I'm going to do on the car is I'm going to take out the manual air kit. So this is your air ride switches. When someone talks about manual or they talk about wireless, this is a manual kit. So these switches actually control the air. So the one is for the front, the one is for the rear, the other one is for all up, all down. I want to change the system because the car picks up and drops too slow because it doesn't have an air solenoid. So that is the change that I am going to do on the air system. But other than that, I think every old school Benz must have air because it just brings out the character of the car.
I think everyone agrees to that.
Yeah, definitely. And this car doesn't have a gauge, so we've got this. Luckily I cut my fingernails, bruh. So this here is so this you get on the level, you know, when you're doing building and carpentry. So this is basically to check if your car is level. So it sits here in the front. And then it can tell you exactly. So that acts as a gauge. So instead of having the modern analog or digital gauges, we've got that, I forgot the name of it now, but we got that thing. It's called that thing. That's kind of like an old school way of measuring whether your car is level. So if your car lifts up to one side, the fluid will run that way, I think it's a cool old school trick. I like it.
Very OG.
Very OG, very period correct.
I mean, it suits well with the theme of the car.
It does, keeping it old school. And then we built a center console for the car. The reason why we built a center console is because there's not a lot of space for you to put stuff. And I mean, when you're cruising in VATO, you want to obviously have your halal, non-alcoholic drink here on the side, like a coffee or a Red Bull or something. We also made the console in a way to fit the phone, so if you need to use your navigation, your phone sits in correctly. Sound-wise, I don't have an active sound system. The car is silent. If you like, sometimes when you're standing at the robot, the car is so soft you actually think the car switched off. And
so the idle is
soft.
very low.
It drives like a Benz. It sounds like a Benz. So I didn't want to do overkill with the sound, so I've just got a nice USB MP3 radio, and I've got two limpets in the back. So limpets is old school. The old school sound guys will know what a limpet is. I kind of kept it clean because I didn't want to overdo it.
You didn't want to overkill.
Overkill, because you don't want the sound.
Are these the ones?
So that's a limpets, pioneer limpets.
The interior is so clean.
It's clean, it's
with
neat.
the
headrest.
Yeah, I love it. In an old school car, mustn't have headrest. I love non-headrest, even though your neck gets a bit sore. But yeah, it's cool. I'm gonna show you guys something that's always a nice conversation point when I'm at the filling station. So you pull up, doesn't matter which side of the tank you pull up to, and then you just tell the guy $400, 93 or 95, right? And then you sit and you watch in the rear view mirror. And the guy will walk around the car because there's no fuel cap here. And there's no fuel cap on this side, right? Then you chill and you'll see, you'll call someone else, and then eventually all the petrol attendants are sitting around the car and they're like, where do you fill fuel in this car? And you jump out and it's a joke thing, so it's a nice icebreaker. That's where you fill fuel. And it's cool, and that's a nice thing about owning a classic car is that, you know, you get to meet a lot of people because it's a conversation starter. You always hear stories of people will saying, my dad had one, my grandfather had one, this one had one. I grew up in a car like this, so I always wanted to own a car like this. And you make new friends like that. I've made a lot of friends with this car. I've also got to be a part of a lot of special things with the car as well, attending car shows, music videos, etc. So it's all for the love of cars. I'm a BM fan, but this W108 is the series name. I love it. It is my favorite Mercedes Benz ever made. My second favorite is the W115, which is the later version and the smaller version. That's also a cool car. But personally, the 108 is my favorite. I love them to bits. I had a yellow one that I sold now recently to someone, which I regret. That was a 1969 Auto. So I actually should have kept that car, but we can't keep everything, and we must give others the opportunity to enjoy as well. So I hope you guys like it. This is VATO. She's very plain, or he is very plain and simple. Straightforward. What you see is what you get, and
Nice car, Mr. Chip.
Thank you.
Nice car.
Thank you.
I might have a few questions. So this one is a manual car.
Manual.
It's a manual car. So
So
what's the gear level?
let me show you guys. So this is the gears. Amazola bad.
Oh, okay, I see.
So that's your gear shift. The manual boxes are problematic. It's a very old system. It's very problematic. What you do find over time is that the gear selector is quite loose. It's very hard to get parts for this. So my long-term plan, if the gearbox does break, I would convert it to auto. Especially if I'm going to do the V8 conversion. But yeah, it's a very simple system. It takes some time to get used to it, especially with your gear changes. But once you get the nick of it, it's hell of a lekker. It's fun.
You enjoy it.
Yeah, it's exciting. It makes you feel like you're driving a classic car. That's what it's about. One more thing that I love about a W108, and you'll always hear me say this on any car that I'm close to, I love the smell.
The smell of
it. It's
very authentic.
Yeah, it's authentic. Yes, it reminds me of my father's grasshoppers vibe. So I love the smell. It's got that old vintage smell. It takes you back in time. It really does.
It really does.
And that's why I say a classic car is allowing you to travel through time, because you know, it's so interesting. I always, when I sit in a car, I wonder, okay, what made them think of making this round? Why was it not square? Why was it positioned here? Okay, the interior light is there. Who thought of that? You know, what was the thought process behind building this car? You know, it's really, they're amazing cars. They're really amazing cars.
Very timeless as well.
It is, definitely.
So it's going to go through other generations, and they're going to appreciate this type
100%. So it's not only about Vurpa, you guys must appreciate the old school cars as well, because this is where it started from. Just a tip for you guys, those that are wanting to get into the classic car game, W108s, W115s, W114s, they are the cars to buy now because they are appreciating aggressively in value. When you buy, make sure that you look out for rust. They're prone to rust. Very important, you need to as well look at the carburetor system, because to recon the carburetors is very expensive. And you gotta look for general wear and tear. How you always check where a car has been looked after is by the dash. You look at certain stuff like the wooden trim, something so simple like the wear and tear on the foot pedal. That will tell you whether the mileage and the condition is accurate. Simple things like this here, this has got some vinyl on it. The condition is very good, so it tells you that the car was looked after. The condition of the door panel. So your interior, remember on any car, your interior is where you spend majority of your time. So if your interior is super clean, then you know the car was well looked after. Now some instances you would find that your interior is clean but your outside doesn't look so good. That also depends where the car was parked, you know. So sometimes the car will be parked under a tree and all the elements from the tree and rain etc. will settle on the body, but your interior is still preserved, you know. So always look out for that. But you know, if you're looking at getting a classic Benz, the W108 is the way to go. Before they become unaffordable, buy now. You won't regret it.
And if you guys maybe get like a beaten up car, make sure to bring it over to Chicano's Customs.
Yes, of course. We love that.
Definitely. So, Mr. Chip, so what are the dimensions of the wheels?
So it's a 19-inch.
Okay.
It's 9J all round. Yeah, so I actually, in order to get it to fit correctly, the nice thing about the 108 is that the arches are quite big.
Okay.
So in order for us to get it correct, you gotta use a hub-centric spacer, so it can move away from the shock. So we had to use a bit of a spacer to get it to fit out. But it tucks actually quite nice.
Quite well.
Yeah.
And how's the turning radius on it?
It's okay. It depends on how low or high you're driving. But the turning radius is fine. There's no issues on it. It's a nice wheel. It's perfect for the car. I think it fits nice. But you can go 20s. I had 20s on a W114. I had a very fat set of LS work wheels, and it fitted. You just you have to make it work.
Nice. Okay. Now I think maybe we might have covered everything on VATO. Well, thank you, Mr. Chip, for taking us a tour around VATO. And
so everyone's gonna get jealous, but we'll save the best for last.
Thanks, Mr. Chip.
Cool. No stress. Thanks for coming, guys.
Came up out the womb of man with everything that you demand. You could say I had a plan way before I had a fan. Some would probably call it luck, I just call it being blessed. You ain't never did the work, but you wanna be the best. Lately I could never stress, never better yet. Might have had a thing for you, she know I'm the better bet. I digress, I let it rest, go and get another check. I could always see my future, I bet they could never guess. Guessing they get it, cause look at me now and then look at yourself in the mirror. I know they doubted my thesis, but they doubted Jesus, and right now I'm making it clear. Clearly these people don't know where they going, and lately I feel like the man with the map. I got this shit out the mud, you could give me the word and I'd probably give it right back. Back at the bus I was scraping the change, back in my head I was living the life. Back at my job I was losing the focus and trying to find ways to get back to the mic. All of this working ain't working, I feel like a liar and I cannot lie to my soul. I know the truth universal, so don't let me tell you, I know that a lot of you know. Spilling pieces of a poet, don't you know it, I'm the real thing, baby. And if it don't make $1, then how could it make a real change, baby? Spilling pieces of a poet, don't you know it, I'm the real thing, baby. And if it don't make $1, then how could it make a real change, baby? Ay. Came up out the womb a giant, you a lick and you a client. Now you got so much to say, I was hurting, you was quiet.
Okay guys, that's it for VATO. I hope you guys enjoyed the content that Chip had to share with us. All about VATO, all the history, everything about VATO. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. But yeah, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below what you guys think about VATO. And yeah, I want to see what you guys think. VATO is such a cool design. Damn. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. I guess I'll see you guys on the next upload, guys. Peace.
they sound asleep. They gon' hear the sound of me when the money getting up. Truly ain't no down in me. Finally get it, cause look at me now and then looking at me from the picture. They probably thought that I need them or thought that I keep them. They lucky if I even miss them. Thinking that you got me figured, you figured it wrong, but it's okay.